Hey guys, we're going to talk about chicken and how much we're really paying for it today. I want to start this video off by saying that I am not trying to be controversial at all. I just found this information really interesting, and so I wanted to share it with you guys. Don't come after me. I'm not trying to cause any problems here. I just am giving you the information that I have learned and hoping that it is helpful for somebody out there. So I will get to the prices in just a second, but I want to start off by saying that the reason why this is even a thing for me in the first place is because I used to buy all of our chicken from, I'm going to be really careful here to not say any corporation names, but I used to get all of our chicken, boneless, skinless chicken breasts specifically is what I'm talking about here, from a big box store that is blue. Sometimes we would get it from the members only version of that store too. And then one day we had in our small town, we had a small business open that sold chicken directly from processors. They sold other meats too, but they sold chicken directly from a processor that did not have anything to do with a corporation. So it was an independently owned processor. So the way that they process things is different than the way that big corporations do. I went in and noticed that their chicken was, I want to say it was $9 a pound. And I got it because I was like, I'm gonna bite this bullet and support this small business, but that is a lot to spend for chicken when I can go to the grocery store and get it for $1.98 a pound. I went ahead and got it. The first thing that I noticed was that it did look different. That made me a little bit skeptical because I wasn't really sure what we were getting, but I thought I'm gonna cook it and see what happens. And when I did, man, my opinion on farm fresh chicken was totally changed. The texture was different, the taste was different. It was so delicious just on its own. And that really opened my eyes to see that maybe there is a difference. Maybe comparing chicken from a farmer or from that small business or from a place like Azure Standard is comparing apples to oranges when you try to compare it to grocery store chicken. That really got me thinking that maybe it wasn't such a great idea for me to be getting all of our meat from the grocery store anymore. So I started looking into it, and a lot of the things that I found, just the practices, the way that they raise their meat, the way that they raise their birds, is really inhumane. And just as a believer in Christ, I definitely think that we are supposed to have dominion over all the creatures, which means that we take care of them, which meant that the way that those animals were treated, I believed, was really important. But just thinking about all of those things, I decided that I wanted to do an experiment and see what the real price is for the chicken that we're purchasing in the grocery store, and then trying to compare that, what the actual price is. Trying to compare that to like a farm-raised chicken. I decided we were gonna make this a homeschool project because that's what homeschool moms do. So the first thing that I did was I went to the members only version of the big blue box store, and I got just a flat chicken, boneless, skinless chicken breast. And it said on the package that it was, hold on, I have my notes, $9.22 for the package. It had 6.45 pounds of chicken in that package. And that, if you want to do that math, came out to be $2.98 per pound. Now, not that long ago, we were able to get chicken for $1.98 a pound. That does not seem to be the case anymore. I cannot find it for that price anywhere anymore. I don't know if it's because there's a chicken shortage or if it's just the price of inflation, but that's just the price that we're paying for chicken from the grocery store now. Okay, so the first thing that we did was we weighed out just the whole package, the packaging, the chicken, everything all together. And that ended up weighing 6.6 pounds. So already it was kind of a red flag for me. It says that the chicken itself that I'm paying for is 6.45, but the packaging and everything all together is 6.6. What are the odds that the packaging was only 0.15 pounds? Then we pulled the chicken out of the packaging and I put a just a glass bowl on our scale. And I tarried that out so that it would weigh what was in the bowl, but not the bowl itself. And we put all of the chicken directly into the bowl. And what we found was that chicken weighed 6 pounds, which meant that it was 0.45 pounds less than what I thought I was paying for. So when we figured that up, we realized that per pound, we actually were paying $3.20, not $2.98. In addition to that, I don't know about you guys, but I like to read my packages. And one of the things that it says on there is that it was 5% retained water, which if you look into how they process chicken, they cut it off of the bone and then they drop it into chlorinated water. And what that does is it cools that chicken down really fast, which preserves it longer. It makes it possible for that chicken to be sold in grocery stores at all. But when that happens, that chicken will also absorb some of that water. So it's not just pure water, it's chlorinated water that it is absorbing. 5% of that chicken that we were weighing out was that retained chlorinated water, which is pretty gross, but we wanted to take that out. So we took that 5% out, and that meant that now we are down to 5.7 pounds of chicken. That equaled out to being $3.37 a pound when you take out that retained water. So if you look at chicken that is processed specifically through Azure Standard, I can't say that all farmers do this, but specifically through Azure Standard, the chicken that they sell is air chilled, so it does not have any retained water. So we're not paying that amount in there, which is one of the reasons why I decided to take that out. We're going to try to compare the two products, then the process matters, right? So I took that 5% out. That's where we ended up with $3.37 a pound. Now, when I purchased chicken from there, and this was true for today as well, there are always yucky, bloody parts on it. There's always fat, there's always gristle, and sometimes, including today, we even find bones. And that is weight on that I'm paying for that I'm not using. So the next thing that we did was we cut all of that yucky stuff off of the chicken and we weighed the chicken after that. So then that ended up weighing 5.4 pounds when we took all of that stuff off, which brought the price to $3.36 for 1 pound of chicken per pound, $3.36 for what was actual usable chicken. And then the last thing that we measured was I took 15% off for plumping. If you don't know what plumping is, so many people have reported on this over the years. This is not new information, but it was new information for me. Plumping is basically where whenever they pull that chicken out of that cold water, they inject it with some sort of solution. It kind of depends on which processor you're using. They plump that chicken up with whatever that stuff is that they put in there. And it's always natural ingredients, so that if you notice, the packaging will say something like all natural ingredients or no artificial ingredients. And they do use natural things. It's not artificial stuff, but it's also not chicken. And some studies have shown that that makes up 15% of the total weight of the chicken that you're buying. And some studies show that it can make up 30 to 40% of the chicken that you are buying. So that is super not cool to me. We went on this really conservative side and we took 15% out of the weight of the chicken, and that ended up giving us 4.59 pounds of actual chicken. It was the actual meat in that package that we purchased. It started out supposedly being 6.45 pounds, and then it ended up being 4.59. So almost 2 pounds difference in what I was buying was actual, usable, real meat. And that made the price $4.19 a pound. $4.19 a pound if you're going to compare. And then even when you take all of that into consideration, when you take in just how much you're paying for the fat and the gristle, how much you're paying for packaging, how much you're paying for the retained water, and how much you're paying for the plumping, you still have a product that is not just chicken. You still have all of those other things that are in that meat that you don't get if you order directly from a farmer, if you order directly from Azure Standard. I would strongly suggest looking into the practices of wherever you buy your meat, what their processing is, because specifically in the case of boneless, skinless chicken breast, if you buy it from the grocery store, you're getting a lot more than chicken in that package. And you're paying, in the end, a lot more than $2.98 per pound for that chicken. When I realized all of that stuff, it became really important to me to put our money into things that I feel good about. And I feel good about feeding my family meat that does not have all of that stuff into it. So that's it, guys. Kind of depressing, I guess. But I hope that was useful information for you guys. I've had so many people comment about how the price is so high when they look at the Azure Standard website. And so I just wanted to kind of explain how it's two totally different products. So you're really comparing apples to oranges there, to compare the chicken that is farm fresh from the chicken that you're getting from the grocery store. So yeah, that's it. I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you guys are interested in any more videos like this. It's a little bit different from what we normally do here on this channel, but I don't know. I thought it was really important information to get out to you guys. So thanks for watching.